In today's video, we are going to be going over Hornady's new Aeromatch bullets. We are doing a whole series on the entire caliber that, or I'm sorry, on the entire line of calibers that they're offering in this new Aeromatch series. I've got two separate sets of load development here. We're gonna have two separate videos. This one's 168 grain 30 cal Aeromatch. This one's the 175 30 cal Aeromatch. And we're gonna be shooting both of them through this gun, but I'm gonna split it into two different parts. So we're gonna be going from quickest, or rather the fastest, to the slowest burn rate. On the powder chart, we're shooting 5 different powders in 3-shot groups at about 100 yards, and then we're going to do the 175 grain loads the same way. I'm sorry if I'm panting, but I have been running back and forth to the target to try to get this video done before the sun goes down. So we are shooting, I'm just gonna leave all the components and everything, the equipment, all that stuff is gonna be in the description below. This is Bergara's new Premier Series barreled actions that they're offering. This one's in a 5.5 contour, I think. I'm not positive if that's, I think it's 5.5. But anyway, we put a Bix'n anti-trigger in it. We got an MDT ACC chassis on here, MDT Skypod, Leupold Mark V. So again, all the details on that stuff are gonna be in the description. So please read that if you're curious about what we're using in this test. We got the Garmin set up. We're gonna get some velocities, hopefully, and we're gonna go ahead and start shooting, starting with the 168 grain Aeromatch with 40.0 grains of Benchmark by Hodgdon. Okay, going for the center of the center diamond here. Helps if you put a magazine in. Also, a loaded magazine, to be clear. That's also very important. Okay, 40 grains of Benchmark, center diamond. 2506. 2532. 2509. So just FYI, this barreled action was brand spanking new as of about 7 rounds ago. We shot 4 or 5 rounds to foul the barrel and get the gun on paper, and then we just started shooting this test. So this thing is not broken in, to be completely clear. We are 100% shooting a brand new barrel, so just keep that in mind as we go through this test, because barrel conditions will change over time. The average muzzle velocity was 25.16, extreme spread of 25, and a standard deviation of 11. So the spread was really good right out of the gate. The group wasn't awful, it wasn't great, but it really wasn't that bad considering I usually really suck at shooting 30 cals. So honestly, we're off to a pretty good start. I'm curious to see as the barrel breaks in how this continues to go. Next up is 42 grains of IMR 8208 XBR. $25.90, $25.90. Well, that's consistent. $26.21. So oddly, we had really consistent velocity for the first two. Third one kind of jumped out of there, and so did the round on paper. So the round tracked with the velocity as far as being kind of outside the rest of the group there. Average muzzle velocity was 2600, extreme spread of 32, and a standard deviation of 15. I do round off these numbers a little bit. I'm gonna actually have to change my point of impact here a little bit, because I had to hold about a 1/2 mil low just to get that on paper. So we're gonna go ahead and fix that real quick and let the barrel cool off for a minute, and then we'll shoot the next few. Next up is 41.5 grains of 4895 by Hodgdon. We're gonna be going for the top of the center diamond. These impacts are gonna be just a little bit high. We're gonna try to stay away from that other group. 2547. 2556. 2540. So that was really good. We had an average muzzle velocity of 25.47, extreme spread of 16, and a standard deviation of 6.5. So really good group, really good velocity spread. That would definitely be worth pursuing. I'm definitely happy with that. That's pretty cool to see. So we're gonna go ahead and move on. The next one we're gonna be shooting is 43.0 grains of N140 by Vihtavuori, and we're gonna be going for the top right diamond. 2548. 2553. 2547. So the group wasn't anything to brag about. It was okay, but the velocities were stellar. So we're looking at an average muzzle velocity of 2550, extreme spread of 6.2, and a standard deviation of 2.7. So extremely tight on the velocity. The group it wasn't anything to really brag about, but everything's looking to be pretty close to sub MOA. I mean, that first group was probably sub MOA, the second one was probably outside of an inch, but everything else since then, I mean, it's looking to be a fairly consistent shooter so far. And as the barrel breaks in, it will probably improve. So I'm thrilled. 30 cals usually don't shoot very good for me, just across the board, so I'm pretty happy. Lastly, we have the holy grail of 308 powder, Varget. We got 43 grains of it, and we're gonna be going for the left side of the center diamond. 2567. 2570. And 2554. Wasn't a great group, but still looked like it was sub MOA. All right, so everything looked pretty good today so far. So we're looking at average muzzle velocity of 2564, extreme spread of 16, and a standard deviation of 7. So our spreads were great. The groups were honestly pretty good. For a 30 cal, for me, that's pretty good. And I suspect we could definitely do a lot better than this. But for starters, that's fantastic. So that's going to conclude today's video. I'm going to continue filming, and I'm going to shoot these 175s, but it will be in a separate video. So thank you guys for watching. Please do me a favor, continue to vote in the polls and help me to decide where the channel goes going forward as far as what you guys are wanting to see. It helps me to know what kind of videos to put out next. So that being said, thank you guys for watching. Always appreciate the support. Don't forget to glorify God in all that you do. Stay risen, and we will see you in the next one.